talking about some of the new Harley motors. We're gonna speculate. We got some new patent drawings from Harley on the new their new water-cooled engine that's gonna go into the Street Fighter, the the Pan America, and the Custom. What's up, Corey? Yeah, boy. Good, man. I'm great. MCRBP, boy. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? How you doing? We're gonna let about 30 more seconds in, and we get a good 2 minutes for the intro, the starting stream. Yeah. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let's take off this viewer count. I don't really care anymore. Let's do that. What's up? While we're here, I'm going to test something real quick. See if that works. No, that didn't work. That's nice. Alright. Cut all my lights off my bike. Ding! Alright, so what's up, guys? We are going to start. How is everybody doing? DanDanTheFireman here. And this is the DDM show number 12. And we're going to do a quick first look at some of the patent designs of the new Harley middleweight engine. So this is the engine that's going to be going into the 2020 Street Fighter, the 2020 Pan America, and the 2020 Custom. Now remember, everybody, they did file for trademarks for the Bronx. Still waiting for that one to come out. So they trademarked the Pan America a long time ago, and that came out to be their adventure bike. So I have, if you are watching this on the stream, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you're not going to be able to see it, obviously, because you're listening to it. But what I have here is I have the engine drawing over here above my head, and then I also have some of the, and I don't know why the chat is not popping up. Let's see. But anyway, oh, that's why. And Shazam! There we go. What we have here is the 2020 Pan America, the 2020 Custom, and then some videos or some pictures of the Street Fighter popping up. All right. So, Corey Matthews, how do you message me or call me? You want to check out the Discord. The Discord's absolutely free. Discord, you can message me there if you want. I don't take phone calls for the most part. I hate answering the phone, to be honest. So, anyways, I'm looking at a new article from Josh Wellings over at Ride Apart. And what he's talking about, and we're going to go over some speculative stuff. So I would love it if you guys would kind of get your speculative minds going, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on a lot of this stuff. But so Harley is kind of moving away from air-cooled. That's what it seems. Harley's moving away from air cooling. They're going towards the water-cooled, or, you know, all that fancy stuffs. So what do you guys think about that? The liquid-cooled? What do you guys think about that? So I think the reason why, now this I don't think, this is what Josh says. It says the introduction of liquid-cooled engines most likely is a reaction to ever-tightening emission laws. As we learned recently, Europe is still a large market for the American brand with a 6.4% market share even after the imposition of tariffs. So just even with tariffs, it's still doing pretty good. So, however, with the ever-tightening emission laws coming from Europe, most major manufacturers have been radically redesigning their flagship models. So, when I hear flagship models, what do you guys hear about when it comes to the Harley? What do you guys hear about when it comes to Harley? I think of, like, Sportster, right? So, does that mean that, like, from what Josh is saying, is that maybe if what he's speculating is that maybe Harley is going to redesign their Evo engine? You know what I mean? They're going to make it a liquid-cooled engine. That way they can have a better market share over in Europe. I mean, Europe, that's like untapped. I mean, America, they got it down, right? They got it down. So, I would think that they would want to go over to Europe and do all that stuff. So they said that they recently dug up some patent drawings, this is one of them right here. There's 3 on the website, and I have one of them during this little slideshow. That's the 2020 Custom right there. That's the Custom. I think that's going to replace the Sportster, honestly. So what they're saying is that it's going to be super high-tech with no cooling fins. So it's not going to be a cooling fin type system. It's honestly going to look a lot like the Milwaukee 8s and almost like the Indian Scouts engines, like, had a baby. So it looks pretty weird. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys have to say. But here's the thing: is that this is a brand new engine retooling. This isn't the new Milwaukee 8s that they just came out with. So do you guys think it's going to be going towards some of the bigger bikes? Do you think? Because it does say this is one of the middleweight V twins. So is there a lightweight V twin that they have? Is that on the Street 500, Street 750, and Street Rod? I mean, is this going to overtake the Sportster engine, the Evo engine? What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you guys think about the Evo engine and all that stuffs. I would also like to say thank you to all my new patrons this month. We're at 264 out of 500 patrons. The end goal for this month, let's see if we can hit 300 patrons. It would be awesome if we could do about 50 patrons a month, because I think that's 200. That's 5 months from now. I will hit the goal, and then I'll be able to travel across the country. So that'd be great. It's only $1 a month. It would be a blast to have you as a part of the crew. So swing on by patreon.com/DanDanTheFireman. Also, what I did right here is I made sure that those that do super chats are recognized and noticed. The all-time top super chatter was Layne. That was insane that day. It's crazy. The monthly top super chatter is Nicholas. Thank you so much. And he's actually the most recent one. So see who can beat him at $4.99. Anyways, so I'm going to start reading some of this stuff. Ruben, newly subbed. That's where I'm going to start. Newly subbed as of yesterday, but I love your videos, and they definitely help. Hey, man, welcome to the DDFM crew, bruh. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. It's a blast to have new subscribers, and then just basically new people that will participate. So if you're getting something out of it, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we did hit 81,000 subscribers recently, so that's really cool. The engine looks good, Liam says. Yeah, I think it looks good. I honestly think it looks good. I like the look of it, especially when, I like the look of it outside the bike, but then when you put it in the bike, like in this 2020 Custom, it looks nice. I'm more concerned about the specs, though, and none of the specs have come out yet. So I'm really interested in what that's going to be all about. By middle, I think that would be a 1,000 to probably 1,500 cc. Okay. Street 500 doesn't even come close to the Rebel 500. No. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? Liquid cooled Milwaukee 8. Yeah. You have zero fat tire. Hey, you know what? You can always appreciate looking at a bike. The fins do look cool, but like I'm looking at the engine. It looks like it's all like almost like cast in one piece. You know what I mean? I like how tight it looks. It looks really good. And if this is going to be the engine that's going to be in the middleweight, I'm looking at the Street Fighter right now, and I'm looking at it on a bigger screen so I can actually kind of pick out details. The Street Fighter looks pretty badass, to be quite honest. It really does. It is growing on me. It looks like a big bulky machine. I'm really concerned about the pricing on it, but I wonder how this engine runs. It's liquid cooled. I could see the radiator and everything hooked up to it. And it just, I'm happy that they're moving along. What do you guys think about when it comes to moving the needle across? What does it mean for you guys with Harley Davidson? How is it that they're moving along? They're not sticking with super duper old school. I've seen some comments about how people are like, man, they're stupid for doing this. They're dumb. Why are they going to liquid cooled? Why are they doing this? Man, why are they making an adventure bike? All these things. Like, I hear about that, and it's like, well, why not? Why not? Why not as the leading cruiser manufacturer in the United States? Why not? You have to change. You really do. And some of the things, like, I don't know why their pricing is so weird. I don't understand why their pricing is so high comparatively. They're not doing so much R&D when it comes to like the motorcycle world, honestly. They really aren't. And if they are, then they're misallocating their stuff, because there's better technology out there from other companies. There's better technology from other companies. There's stuff that they could retune, redefine themselves. So I mean, it's not like they're creating something new. So why are their bikes so expensive? Is it because of the Harley name? Are they subsidizing their clothing brand? Like that's the biggest thing. I mean, when you think of Harley, the first thing you think of is expensive. That's why. Why is it so expensive? And I think that's Harley's issue, is that it's not necessarily, hey, we're changing the engine, hey, we're doing an adventure bike now, hey, we're doing an electric bike. I mean, those are all great things. Like, heck yeah, we want an adventure bike. Heck yeah, we want a street fighter. We want a naked bike. Sweet, we're going to get an electric bike? Cool. Yeah, but it's going to cost over 30 grand for the electric bike, and you're only going to get this, this, and this. And it's like, what? Hey, Ruben, boy! Thank you so much, Ruben, for becoming a patron. Appreciate it, brah. Appreciate it. We're at 265, I believe. Let's see. We just got 265. Appreciate it, man. That is the absolute best way to support the channel and support what we do here, and to support the shows. To swing on by patreon.com/DanDanTheFireman. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let me change the audio to my ears. Whoopsie. So, where was I at? Oh, it's the pricing. I mean, Zero Motorcycles, they came out with a sport bike that's electric, that's better mileage, per charge, more power, lighter, looks better, and it's like a third or 2/3 of the cost. So I think it's like 12 to 20,000, and then the Livewire is over $30,000. That's ridiculous. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you guys think? Why are Harley so expensive? And why? I mean, they're obviously changing things up. They're changing to get the Pan America, which is up here on the screen. They're getting a Pan America. So it's an adventure bike. They're getting this new Street Fighter. Why are the costs so high? Because they're trying to attract new riders. So why is their pricing so high? So what do you guys think about that? This is more so a question to you guys. Hey, Ruben, thank you so much. Make sure you send me a picture on Discord or in an email at DanDanTheFireman928@gmail.com. I'll be sending, you send me a picture, and then I'll be putting on the DDFM crew wall. That is a $5 perk. And on top of that, you're going to get the DDFM training manual and a bunch of other things. And make sure you join the Discord, because you get a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, guys, check out the perks. Thank you so much, man. Harley Davidson nickname is Money. Yeah, seriously. I have no problem with HC wanting to try new stuff, but they need to make sure their bikes are worth the price they're asking. Honestly, yes. That's why, like, I know this topic was about, the new Harley Middleweight V-Twins, but it kind of goes deeper in. It's like, we can't just be, we're consumers. We can't just be super excited. Be like, oh my gosh, a new V-Twin. Heck yeah, Harley, I love you again. You're amazing. I'm going to buy these bikes. Oh wait, they're 30 grand. Nope, I will not. And it's like, why? Like, if they're changing things up, that's great, but they need to change a little bit more when it comes to this kind of stuff. They're too expensive. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Ruben. I get it. Thank you. They have to get with more rides. Their base is getting old. Yeah, I mean, their base is getting really old. They need to attract newer riders. They try to do that with the Street 500s, Street 750s, and stuff. They're really trying to push it into. I think. I'm just thinking out loud. There's a reason why you switch to an adventure bike, an electric bike, a naked sport bike, on top of your cruiser lineup. I mean, you have like a huge cruiser lineup. Great, a lot of it. I mean, they're great motorcycles. Don't get me wrong; they're just expensive. But you're only gonna have one model that's an adventure bike, one model that's a street fighter, the naked bike, and then one model that is an electric bike. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Are they dipping their toes, or are they really trying? I mean, you can't half-ass it. You really can't. Especially, I mean, like, other companies out there that are smaller, they go full on. I don't know if it's because, I mean, I don't think they can. I mean, they're doing it. They're smaller. I mean, it's like, can they really take that big of a risk? Can Harley take that big of a risk and still be okay? I think they could be. So why aren't they going in? Why don't they have other more models? You know, why aren't they? I mean, I understand the Indian FTR that's coming out as a reference is that's something completely different from Indian motorcycles. That's completely different from Indian motorcycles, and that they're going out and it's like, okay, well, since we're only gonna have the Indian FTR, the FTR 1200, so okay. So we're going to have the FTR 1200 and the FTR 1200S. Okay, 2 different models, you know, with different speedo, different power, different technology, just, you know, between the two. One's a little bit cheaper, one's blah, blah. Okay, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that's not a lot. That's not, but then they came out with a different kit for, like, different add-ons, different things to add to the bike. So now you can, you know, have, like, a rally version. You can have, you know, adventure version, a touring version. And it's really just all bolt-on stuff. And it's like, that seems like it's the way to go when it comes to having a new different type of motorcycle. It's like we're going to dip our toes into something freaking crazy new. We're not going to go crazy on huge manufacturing of like different engine sizes and different frames and like huge different moving parts. Let's just do a lot of accessories to make it look badass. Why do you think the AR-15 is doing so well? And I know we're kind of going off track, and I like to ramble on. But why do you think the AR-15 is still such an amazing platform for rifles? You can do whatever the heck you want to it, and you have the base rifle, and there it is. It's modular. Modular. The FTR is modular. Everything on the FTR is basically bolt-on. That is insane. That right there will get newer riders towards it. Now, if it's priced right, definitely. Now, Indian FTR, I believe it starts off at 12. That's not bad. That's not too bad for what you get. And then you can bolt things on. Whoa, John, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the patronage. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. 266. Appreciate it, man. Make sure you check out the DDFM Crew Manual. You get access to that. Everybody gets access to the DDFM Crew Manual for $1 a month. In there, there's 12 plus exercises that you can do, and if you're $5 a month, you get your name on the wall, which is like the wall of fame on the website. But why aren't manufacturers moving more towards like a modular type thing? You know what I mean? I think Indian's gonna do well when it comes to the FTR. I think that if they price it right, and they price it and they do some good incentives, or they have some really good aftermarket third-party help, which it seems like they're getting a lot of good first-party help, which is themselves. They're making themselves, they're setting themselves up for success with a bunch of accessories, with a bunch of other stuff. Beard or mic filter? Oh, look at that beard, boys! I haven't trimmed it in like 2 months. Doesn't it look nice? So I mean, why aren't newer motorcyclists, or not motorcycle, why aren't new motorcycle manufacturers kind of doing the same? It's like I'm talking from a position, this is me, this is my uneducated, you know, position, where I'm thinking of like, you know, why can't they do this? And obviously they're smarter than I am. They're smarter than I am. They do their own R&D and all that stuff, but it's like, I'm thinking from a consumer base, you know, pretend I'm from Big, Tom Hanks. Pretend I'm Tom Hanks. I'm that little kid that joins the toy factory that has a new, fresh take on things. Think of me that way. It'd be kind of cool to have like a modular type bike. In terms of, you have one bike. So I see here Skogan PDX modular bikes are nice, but you'll have a lot of dealer issues like the Triumph had with the lifestyle packages or whatever they had for the Bonnie. Dealers weren't able to keep all the bits in stock. And I think that's just I mean, keep all the bits in stock. That means that people are buying it. It means it's doing well. That's how I look at it. It doesn't seem like a problem. That's a problem that I would love to have as a manufacturer. It's like, I can't keep shit in stock. You know? So supply and demand right there plays into it. It's like, well, if I can't keep things in stock and I can't manufacture more in a faster amount of time, I'm going to raise the prices. Supply and demand. And if people are buying it, there it is. Market will dictate the price. To me, that's... Oh, they didn't get them in stock to start with. Now, that is a problem. That is your issue. That is almost like RoadWrangler. You guys know about RoadWrangler and their issues with their helmets? I mean, they marketed those for over a year, and people bought They pre-ordered these helmets, and people aren't getting their helmets anytime soon. Yeah, Tasha! Thank you for the patronage. I appreciate it. We are getting closer and closer. Maybe we can hit 270 today on today's stream. That'd be great. We're at 267. Guys, make sure you double check all your perks. Okay, you guys get a bunch of perks. Double check the email and the thank you message that you get. Automatic. Double check everything. There's a pinned post on Patreon that gives you the password to the website that will give you access to the DDFM crew manual. So double check. Make sure you check all your things. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. Yeah, but if your customers consider it gouging, you'll lose their future business. I mean, what is Harley doing? Cycle 206. I mean, I'm not arguing with you guys. I'm not arguing. None of this is arguing. Trust me. I want that you guys are making this show actually very possible by asking questions and telling me your opinion. I just like to play devil's advocate on a lot of things. I like to be on the other side of the table on it. I mean, Harley, they're expensive, and people are just buying Harley crap everywhere. People want a Harley, but they're gouging them. Everyone knows that they're gouging them, but they're still making hand over fist and cash, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and then they're still selling their merch. Like that's like they make a huge profit every year on merch, and they actually, I think they lose money on their bikes. Don't take that as gospel. You might have to look that up. People want cafe parts, but dealerships only receive scrambler touring parts and vice versa. Ooh, that sucks, Skogan. I didn't know that. I mean, what was it? Harley came out with the cafe racer kit for their Roadster. I wonder how that turned out. You can't see the names of who is joining. It says right here also. So once it pops up on the big screen, it says right here. So we got Tasha Hestlow, John, and Ruben. Thank you for joining. So everything on this side, it even says Malachi Simons just subscribed. So it's pretty cool. You know, in fact, since we kind of talked about a lot of stuff, let's go ahead and let's take down that image. Let's just go ahead and do that now that we're kind of talking. There we go. Cycle 206, it's a cult. Yeah, it Fat Tire says, Dan, your videos save lives. You're stealing some of my business as an ER nurse. That being said, I'm off to work. Well, be safe, man. I know that's a stressful job. I'm not just saying be physically safe, but mentally safe, man. That's a tough job. And my goal is to ruin your job by saving people's lives. It's Harley, man. It's Harley. Everyone loves their brand. I mean, you could say that about everything. But once again, I'm taking the other side. Yeah, it's. I mean, you look at sports teams. I mean, no problem, Cycle 206. No problem, man. Thank you for commenting and having your opinion. We're all here to be respectful with each other. What's up, Brandon Brooks? I got the pink beard. We actually have what was it? Riot Beard Co. So Riot Beard Co. is the guy that it's Kevin. I get my beard products from, and he just hit 6 months as a YouTube member. So if he ever pops back in, he's going to have a sweet-looking beard. He's the first one to hit 6 months as a YouTube member. He was actually the first one to sign up. So if you're wondering why Dan Shea and Brandon Brooks have a beard next to their name and they're different colors, is because they're YouTube members. That is another way to support the channel. But Patreon, yeah, definitely Patreon. That really does help. So Alex Turner, I honestly think they are just getting paranoid because of Indian making headway and the fan base is getting older. Also, the scene over here in the UK leans towards the Jap bike. Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing, is that I mean it says they have a 6% market share over in Europe, and I don't know if they're counting the UK because Brexit. Just kidding, I don't know. But I don't know if they're counting all that. Oh, this is the Discord on this side if you guys didn't notice. So, I mean, you guys all lean towards more of the Jap bikes or more towards, like, Ducatis and basically just, I mean, Jap bikes is everything, really. But it's not just street bikes. Honda makes some really good adventure bikes, and then, obviously, the Goldwing and all that stuff. And so all these different things that are happening, yeah, definitely they need to reach into that market. They need to at least take a handful of it. There is this giant pie And I mean, if somebody's like, hey, I'm going to spend 20 grand on a bike over here, but all I have are these options, it's like Harley's like, well, here's another option. And they're like, oh, well, Harley, you know, maybe I'll get a Harley if it's better. So I wonder if, and that's why they need to price it right, because it could be like, I have 20 grand, I could get all these bikes, and Harley over here is 22. They just knocked themselves out of the rotation as a consumer. It's like, I'm not even going to look at the Harley. I'm going to look at over here. So they definitely need to make sure to work on this. Yeah, Tango 47. So this show today was going to be on how to create a successful YouTube channel. It was, but this kind of popped up, and this is something that, you know, it changes. It changes. But Thursday was supposed to be part 2 of how to create a successful YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to do the full part 1 and part 2 on Thursday. And I'm probably just going to be talking the whole time. I'm not going to probably take any questions or anything like that for a while. I might actually start it at 4 and end at 6. It might be a 2-hour stream. If it froze for you, Alex, you might want to refresh your browser. You might want to refresh that browser. Bob Easy's in the house with his beer too. Yeah, Dan Shea. I mean, from what I heard, that they will take care of you, but I've never had to use their services. So, like I don't know if, I mean, there's some people out there that get the Harley for the culture, and then there's some people out there that just get like they just want a motorcycle and they don't care about the culture. So, if they buy a Harley, they're kind of missing out on some of the benefits, right? So for me, I kind of might have missed out on some of those benefits, and maybe it'd be worth it, but I won't use it. So if I'm going to spend the money, I'd rather just buy a bike. So that's just like a different type of person, a different type of consumer. But I mean, like, shoot, how many bikes did you buy from them? Modular bike sounds great, but I don't think there'll ever be a single bike that will do everything to you. I know that's the point of the venture bikes, but there's still stuff they can't do. Yeah, they can't do it. I mean, like the modular stuff that I'm thinking about. I mean, obviously let's take FTR for example. So it's modular. You can change a bunch of stuff on it. It's still that bike. It's not, the ergonomics aren't going to change. You're not going to have forward controls, ape hangers on an FTR. So it definitely can't do everything. But it can do a lot more, so you're going to get more bang for your buck. So the best way I can kind of describe it is, who here plays video games? I mean, like, that's the thing, is that when I think about all these different things, it's like, okay, well, video games are moving on to more of like video games as a service, if this makes any sense to anybody. Hopefully it does. Hopefully I'm not the only nerd here. Is that, you know, back in the day, they would sell just the game and call it a day, right? That's kind of how a lot of things are done. Especially with motorcycles, they sell you a motorcycle, boom, you're done. I mean, aftermarket stuff is kind of like little extra add-ons, right? Well, video games as a service is kind of like, you know, what you see nowadays. So like, let's say Fortnite or any type of online multiplayer type video game. Well, they keep adding stuff to it. The game is originally this, and then they keep adding a bunch of stuff to it, right? So what I think a modular bike will do is that they're going to make a modular bike, and then they're going to come out with new things for that bike that can be bolted on until a certain point where, you know, year after year after year, they can come out with new stuff for that specific bike, maybe make some changes, you know, if there's recalls or if there's some bugs or some issues, you know, maybe update it. But for like a good stretch of like 5 years, I think a modular bike is not really going to change much other than them focusing on building the first party accessories. And then after about 5 or 6 years, it moves on, and they're going to, you know, still do a modular bike, but it's going to be a big improvement. Kind of like, you know, Xbox 360 to Xbox One, PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. You know, they keep making new little itty bitty models, you know, the Xbox One X, you know, the PlayStation 4 Pro, you know, just like, and then it moves on to the next generation. I think people kind of need to, or not people, but this is how I basically understand motorcycles, is that if they should do something like that, because then they can focus less on making a fully crazy new bike, and they could just make different trims for it. So if they made a bike that the base is it will work with different things, I mean, you can have so much customization. The AR-15, you can have so much customization, and it's like, it's still going strong. It still serves a purpose.
You can get, you know, better internals for your AR-15. You can get a better lower, better upper. You can get a better barrel. You know, you can make your AR-15 what it is, and before you know it, the original AR-15, the original parts of that the rifle is gone. And now you have all new stuff, basically, because you've been doing so many upgrades. And I think that's how motorcycles should start going, so people can actually have more life with it. I mean, who here has had the same motorcycle for 5 years? Not very many. Especially as new riders, especially as new people that are riding. Who here plans on having a motorcycle, the same motorcycle for 5 years? I mean, not very many. I'm probably like one of the only people on YouTube that has had their same motorcycle since they started riding, and still rides it. That's my only motorcycle. You know what I mean? Like, for me, the only reason why I still have it is because I turned it into a cafe racer, because I turned it into an off-road scrambler, and then I turned it into more of a relaxation touring, kind of a little bit of a powerhouse. So I'm able to change things. That's the only reason why I have it. Now, if I couldn't do any of those things, I might have went from the cruiser to a sport bike, or like a Bonneville or something, and then went off and got like a dual sport, because I couldn't turn it into an off-road scrambler, and then probably would have went back. I mean, I would have had 4 bikes by now. I basically had 4 bikes right now. I had a stock bike, cafe sportster, scrambler, and then now the little touring with bags and a sissy bar. So that's 4 different bikes since I'm on one bike. And I honestly think I think manufacturers need to kind of get an idea of that. I mean, not necessarily do it like I did it and how I'm saying it, but at least have that in mind of, like, people want to keep their bike, they want to keep their investment, especially since they're getting like 5-year loans if they're going to buy new. They want to be able to keep their stuff, right? And it depreciates, all these things, and why can't I keep my things, have it modular, and change it up? You know what I mean? I don't know. Have you seen the CCM bikes? They're kind of modular, basic bikes, but they take stuff off for bobber and add things like... Ooh, that's cool. I honestly think they're throwing their eggs in as many baskets as possible and see what sticks. Honestly, like with Harley, like why would you go... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why would you go and... Okay, in 2020, or 2019 and 2020, we're going to have the live wire come out, so we're going to have an electric bike. We're going to have a naked street bike. We're going to have an adventure bike, and we're going to have a completely retooled cruiser with a brand new engine that's going to go in all these other engines, or all these other bikes. That's 4 different bikes, and then on top of that, I'm not even going to count the Softails, because they're just basically rebranded Softails Dynas. I mean, it's like 4 different bikes, 4 different new bikes coming out in the next 2 years, like completely radical away from Harley Davidson. That's kind of weird. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed something. I saw somebody say something about Tucson. Let me scroll back up. Where's my mouse? There he is. TMC Bridge. Hey, you work at TMC, bro? Hey Dan, what's up? How you doing on this hot ass Tucson day, dude? It's freaking hot. It's like 100 degrees today. We have the DDFM meetup. We have the DDFM camp out this weekend. So a lot of the mods and admins are down here. We got like, I think 17 to 20 people that are going to be camping up on Mount Lemon this weekend. It's going to be pretty sweet. So next month, I have no idea. We could definitely meet Corey. I'm super busy all the time, but I'm trying to keep, I'm trying to like create more time for this kind of stuff. That's why I'm coming up with the schedule of doing these shows Tuesdays and Thursdays now only, not every day. So now it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, but then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have a video come out. So it's still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's going to be a new video from me. And then Sundays, I do a quick little story for YouTube. If you didn't see the one on Sunday, I talked about road rage, just a super quick, just the tip. So she said, and it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, man. I'm trying my Honda Blackbird for as long as possible, but bikes are so nice, so I want to have as many as possible. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the same thing with computers, man. It's like my computer does really well. It's like I really want to get the new stuff, right? And it's like technology just goes crazy. Hey, from New Zealand. Hey, how you doing, bruh? The Bob's 9343 DDFM off subject again. Ever take US 163 north up to Cayente AZ through Monument Valley? How's the road and traffic? Doing that on Road King about 2 weeks. I don't think I have. US 163 does sound familiar though. Let me Google that. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you right now I haven't. Nope. Haven't done that on a bike. I think I've been through Cayenta before. Yeah, I've been through Cayenta before. I went from the 160, and you're turning north off of the 160 into Cayenta. I kept going east, and I went all the way to the Four Corners. So you're gonna go closer towards Utah, right? That sounds like a lot of fun. But I didn't do the 163. I did the 160 in a car. SPRO Joe, what's up, bruh? Doing good, man. I'm glad you're doing good, man. What time is it over there? Dang, I forgot that AZ didn't have the time change, so I'm hella late. It's all good. Nicholas Dubois. Everyone say hi to Nicholas Dubois. He's the most recent super chat, and he's also this month's top super chatter. Just saying. So if you would like to break that record, kick him off of that leaderboard, you can click that little monetary sign, that little dollar sign. I think it's USD for us America bros. I don't know what it is for you guys. If you're especially in New Zealand, it's lunchtime over there, 12:15. But yeah, if you want to do that, you can definitely click that little button. It helps, and you can show your support for DanDanTheFireman, or you can support at patreon.com/DanDanTheFireman. But let's kick Nicholas Dubois off it. Have you seen Yaminu's video on the Harley subject? No, Alex. I saw that he did come out with a video. I think it's titled something like, what Harley can do. I haven't seen it yet. I usually watch his beginner tips videos because I just kind of want to see where he's coming from and where he's at. I'm not checking up on him. He's got more experience when it comes to. He's got not more experience, but he's got more. He's got more viewers. He knows what he's very smart. He knows what his viewers like, and he knows how to deliver it. So I watch his stuff to kind of see and learn from him at the same time, But I haven't seen it. Give us 3 tips for beginners fast. Mag Shalabani. 3 tips for beginners. Practice friction zone. Practice your clutch control. That is the absolute biggest control thing on your bike. That's more important than your throttle. It's more important than your brakes. It's more important than your steering. It's more important than you sitting on the bike. Learning the clutch is number 1. Number 2, wear full gear. Whenever you sit on the bike, step on the bike, put your hands on the bike. Make sure you're wearing, not hands on the bike, because you can move the bike without getting on it. But whenever you sit on the bike, have full gear, especially helmet. Because if you fall from that seated position and you hit your head because you're in such an awkward position, you can have a traumatic brain injury. It could be mild. It could be severe. It all depends on how you hit and where you hit. Everything. Okay? You definitely don't want to have a brain injury just from sitting on your bike and tipping over and falling over. And on top of that, if the bike falls on your leg, you want to make sure you have ankle protection because it's very easy to crush your crush your foot, crush your ankles. All right, so that's 2, right? So number 1, do not be scared. It's a little bit easy to say, bring that confidence up, because the more you freak out on a bike, the more you're going like, I can't do this, the more negative inputs you're going to have on the bike, the more distractions you're going to have, and the less safe you're going to be. So it's like this messed up cycle of crap. I feel scared. It's making me worse. It's going to make me worse. It's going to make me worse. That's going to make me even more scared because I'm not riding well. Scared, worse. It's going to just, if that happens, just get off the bike. Take a breather. If traffic is too much, head out to a parking lot and practice a little bit and get your confidence up. Boom. That is 3 things for beginners. Roberto Romo, what you miss? We were talking about this engine and these bikes, the new engine that's coming out. It's liquid cooled, and we kind of just went on a little rant about Harley and what they need to do better. 3 favorite bikes, Alex Turner, right now, off the top of my head, FTR 1200S, my bike, and then the Honda Rebel 500. All 3 of them are cruisers, but I like them. I really, really, really do. I like the feel of them. Is the FTR a cruiser? That's a flat tracker. It's more like a dual sport at that point. Quick rundown of the new engine. So they're liquid cooled. They're gonna be a modular thing. They just came out with little patent drawings right here, and this is what the bikes are gonna look like. This is the Pan America that's popping up. It's gonna be in the. This is the Pan America right here too. It's gonna be in the 2020. Oh, Corey just became a patron. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we just hit 268. I think we did. I think, yep, 268. It's going to be in the 2020 Street Fighter, which is this bike right here, the 2020 Pan America, and then the 2020 Harley Custom. And so this is the other side of the engine. And it's being speculated that the reason why Harley is moving towards a liquid-cooled, better emissions-type engine is because they want to have a bigger market share in Europe. On top of that, they really need to increase their technology because their bikes need to catch up. That's basically it. And then to go up on my soapbox, Robert, is that I think they really need to focus on this stuff and not care about what people say. They really need to move on and stop caring what people say. I don't think other manufacturers care that much about what people say. They only care about performance and what's best for the bike, because people are going to gravitate towards that. They're not going to just make stuff for what's best, what the people think is best. You know what I mean? Cheers for the bike chit chat before bedtime. Good stuff as always. Night from the UK. Alex, see you later, man. See you later, man. Thank you for stopping by. Timothy Graves, yes, fear is necessary, but when it comes to the point where it's a detriment, I mean, too much fear is bad. Okay, some fear is good. Some fear is good. So let me go ahead and take this off real quick. So some fear is good. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Completely agree. That'll make you a better rider. But just like having too much beer is bad. Everything in moderation. Everything. And that includes fear and happiness. Because if you get too crazy, if you're like super happy and you're like, man, this bike is so cool. You get all these endorphins hitting you so hard. You start speeding up. I want more endorphins. You start speeding up and going crazy. Like, I'm going to take this turn sharper because it feels so good. See how that could be bad too? So it definitely is moderation. So if you have too much fear and it's causing you to have negative inputs on the bike, like you're shaking and it's causing the handlebars to move, like where it's not supposed to go, that could be bad. Yeah, it does keep you alert, Caius. The paranoia, the hypervigilance can keep you alert, but I'd rather be alert because I'm choosing to focus than being alert because I'm scared of everything. You know what I mean? I still have I think having a healthy fear of motorcycling is good. Having so much fear that you have anxiety while you're on the bike is not good. That's kind of where I'm at on that one. Just like having, one beer with dinner. If you want to have a beer with dinner is perfectly fine. One beer on the stream, which I'm having a Dragoon IPA, or not IPA, Dragoon Golden Ale, the Santa Cruiser. Dragoon is brewed in Tucson, Arizona. Support your local brewery. And if you guys, here's another meetup that I'm going to be doing, the 520 Moto Show. You can see me April 27th. I'll be there all day down here in Tucson. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of people. You can actually put your bikes into the show. It's all for a good cause. The show itself is being put on by a 501? It's a it's a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit that is promoting safer riders. And I'm promoting it because it aligns with what I do. I'm not getting paid to promote it. I'm not getting paid any of these things. I'm promoting it, and I'm going to be there all day because it aligns with what I do, and I have no problem supporting that. So that's where I'm going to be at when it comes to that. So the 520 Moto Show, you can easily Google that. So 520motoalliance.com is who they are. Riding is one of the things that cures my anxiety every time without issue. And that's great, Ruben. I'm glad. There's some people out there that, like, they don't originally have anxiety. So, like, they get on the bike and then they do have anxiety. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, it cures mine. It really does. It makes me feel good when I ride. Like, it's almost like taking a Xanax, as bad as that sounds. I don't know if any of you guys have ever taken one, but it calms my nerves. It makes it to where I can focus and not think of 20,000 things at the same time. I can just focus on that one thing. So like medication, that's what it does for me. So riding a motorcycle makes me just focus on that one thing. And when I say anybody taking, no, don't take Xanax unless you're prescribed that, please. I have noticed that when I'm tense, it hinders my ability to maneuver the bike, but if I'm relaxed, the bike does exactly what I want it to. Yeah, Austin, exactly. I mean, it's just kind of the best way I put it, and I put it in all my videos, especially the slalom video that I made in the parking lot. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on the YouTube channel somewhere. You guys just got to look it up. I think it's on the How to Ride playlist. I talk about just dancing with the bike, and you can't dance stiff, right? I mean, you can, but you're going to be made fun of. So don't dance stiff. Don't be on the bike stiff. Dance with the bike. Relax. Put some good stuff in there. You are a firefighter. Fear keeps you alive. Once again, having a healthy level of fear, man. Knowing that you can die any moment, but if you have too much fear, you won't go inside the burning building, right? I've seen that happen. I don't know why Nightbot decided to time you out. Let's Nightbot, you're stupid. Okay, so Mag said, Dan, what do you think about people who always, when they hear motorcycle starts, say danger, die, accident? I want to hear your opinion. It's because of the emotes. That's weird. So I guess you can't do 2 emotes. The Nightbot is something new. I'm trying it out. In fact, let me see if this works. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. My opinion on... Let's see. What do you think about the people who always hear about motorcycle starts, say danger, die? It's dangerous. Motorcycles are dangerous. The whole thing's not working. I have to check that out later. Motorcycles are dangerous. They're inherently dangerous. You have to have a healthy level of fear for them. That's why you have to have training. It takes more coordination. It takes more balance. It takes more everything to be on a motorcycle. And a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, you can drive a car and just you can just stop. You can take your hands off the wheel. You can, you can just kind of coast. And I don't recommend it, but you could definitely do all those things, and you'll be perfectly fine. You might veer off a little bit on your lane or whatever, but you'll be pretty much fine. But if you do that on a motorcycle and you just kind of relax and you check your phone when you're on the motorcycle, you get something to eat, trying to eat, you're gonna crash. And then like a pothole can cause you to crash. A small animal can cause you to crash. People will hit you because they have unintentional blindness. All these different things, and that's why we need the training. That's why we need to go out and do the training. So when people say, hey, don't ride because it's too dangerous, it's like, well, you're taking that risk, and the best way to mitigate that risk is by getting the skill needed so you don't crash. And if you do crash, it's going to be minimized because you mitigated some of the potential injuries that you can have by wearing full gear, full good gear. You don't go out and buy cheap gear that's not certified. You don't just wear like regular jeans and a regular t-shirt. You wear actual gear. So, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do to mitigate a lot of the dangers. But at the end of the day, motorcycling is still way more dangerous than cars, than driving a car. And I talk about that in the Only Fools Ride Motorcycles, is because at the end of the day, you have to be a fool. You have to be kind of dumb to take a motorcycle over a car. What benefits outside of it's more fun is there? I mean, there's gas mileage, this and this and this and this, but when it comes to the end of it, or at the end of the day, driving a car is safer. That right there is the end all be all. I don't care if it's more fun, because at the end of the day, I want to come home, right? That's my take on it. So, but yeah, get the training, get some training. Make sure you're out practicing, keeping your skills up. Wear full gear. That's my take. Man, I've been on a soapbox in a while. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, guys, if you would like to tip the stream outside of Super Chats, there's a way of doing that. You click this button to tip the stream, streamlabs.com/DanDanTheFireman. Or if you would like to, the Super Chat is actually really easy. It's right on the comments where you click the comments and it says show your support for Dan the Fireman. It's that little money symbol, and every little cent helps. DanDanTheFireman, I had a completely crappy day. Tried to ride after work for an hour or two. I was still tense. That caused me to make stupid mistakes that I wouldn't have if I had a clear head. I decided to turn around and go home. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I mean, it's a great de-stressor, but it's a very dangerous de-stressor. You know what I mean? That's why I have a dog. If I'm having that bad of a mood, I know that riding a motorcycle can help, but it could also be very dangerous. I'll just go home and play with my dog. That's safe, unless the dog bites you and is mean to you. But yeah, it's a lot safer. So I mean, you need to have other things out there that will do that for you. For me, it's editing the videos. It's watching YouTube. It's technology. For me, it's the dog, going for a jog, going for a walk, and then I also have motorcycles. I mean, it's not the only thing. Be safe, Ruben. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for becoming a new DDFM patron, boys. My wife says if I don't wear full gear, I'm being selfish because I could crash and get hurt bad. If I don't have it, then they can't support themselves. Yep, exactly. And then on top of that, let's say you survive. Let's say you survive, and then but now you're a dependent. You know what I mean? Now your wife has to take care of you. I mean, for a man, that is just rough. Like, to be somebody's dependent as an adult male. That would ruin me, to be honest. I don't know how I could do it. I don't know how people do it. You adapt, but there's that. What are your thoughts on ABS? Looked at Rebel 500S this past weekend and ended up getting one with ABS. We have the same bike then, Tasha. Nikki has the Honda Rebel 500 with ABS. I like ABS, and I actually talk about it in a video that I'm editing currently, so you're gonna see that pretty soon. I talk about briefly about having ABS. I think the comment, it's one of the motorcycle myths that you can stop quicker with conventional brakes than with ABS, and you definitely can. You can stop quicker with conventional. You can stop quick with conventional brakes. ABS and conventional brakes are the same thing. The only difference is that if you lock up the brakes, ABS kicks in. So ABS just makes it to where it doesn't lock up. It pumps it. It grabs, releases, grab, release, grab, release. So that's what ABS does. You can definitely stop and never use your ABS, and you can stop quick without using ABS, and that's all about threshold braking. That's all about emergency braking. So Tasha, that's something you'll learn in an MSF course here at RideArizonaMTC.com. That's something you'll learn in the advanced class, especially, but you'll get an idea for it. See you later, Dwayne. You'll get an idea for it even in the beginner class. And ABS is kind of like that. Oh crap! I yanked on the front brake or slammed on the rear brake. So now the ABS is going to kick in, and it'll prevent an oh crap moment. So it's just like a safety net for when you need to stop quickly. It'll allow you from locking up. That's it. It won't stop you quicker. It'll allow you it'll not allow you to lock up your tires. Now, the goal is not to be in that situation in the first place to where you're having to lock up your tires to stop. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you get in a situation where you have to lock up your tires to stop, you're not going to stop in time. You're just not. So definitely keep your head above on your shoulders, keep your eyes scanning, look for escape routes, definitely keep a good space cushion. That way you never have to get to that point. And then Tasha, I read your Instagram message. That's awesome. I'm glad. I think I'll leave it at that. I'll go ahead and I'll reply to it, but I just wanted you to know I don't just ignore things. New rider here. My dad is shipping me his motorcycle. I'm pretty damn excited. Damn, dude, that's badass. But the wife isn't too pleased. Oh. Any advice to ease her mind? Already plan on riding in full gear and take an MSF course. Get her passenger seat, life insurance, and get good insurance tips. So we got people over here. We got the DFM crew helping each other out. The best thing you could do is get the training. Definitely get the training. And I like how you said you were going to get training already. You're going to wear full gear. A lot of the fear that happens, especially with a loved one, you have to kind of put yourself in that situation. You have to put yourself in her shoes. Is that You know, if something, motorcycles are dangerous. They're inherently dangerous. People die all the time on motorcycles. She's scared. That means she loves you. That's very good. But this is something you want to do, right? So definitely get her support. And the best way to get her support is to ease that fear. Okay, so getting full gear, taking an MSF course, dedicating yourself to safe riding, promising her you'll never drink and ride, promising her you'll never go crazy in speed, promising her you'll watch all my videos, actually doing it. And then maybe one day take her out for a ride so she can kind of get a feel for it. So the fear of the unknown is really what's causing a lot of this stuff. But do not pressure. Do not push her to get on the bike. Do not push her into an area that she's not wanting to be in. But still do it. I mean, you got to do it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, if your dad's sending you his motorcycle, it means he's been riding. That means you've been around that for a little bit, and you're excited to do it. But be responsible about it. Treat it like it's a commuting car. Don't treat it like it's, I'm going to go out and play. This is my play vehicle. Maybe don't approach her that way. Be like, oh, I want to play on weekends. No, tell her it's like, you know what? Sometimes when I want to go get something, you know, just get from the store. I'll throw it in my backpack. But I'd like to take the motorcycle. Treat it like it's just like, it's just another motor. It's just another mode of transportation. But here's the thing: is that, all right, I'm gonna change that whole thing. It's the symbols thing. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I'm gonna change that from the Nightbot. I think emojis are fine, especially when I post a ton of emojis. But like, treat it to where it's like, it's just another thing, but here I'm getting all this training because I need to mitigate the risk. At Nightbot, you're dumb. Spam protection. Let's disable the emotes things. So that's fine. Same thing with the excess symbols. All right, so this should be fine now. That should be fine. Let's see. Custom commands. Does this work? Does this work? Nope. That did not work. Let's try. Let's try it again. Nope. Just wanted to see if that would work. We're going to be streaming for about 3 or 4 more minutes. Definitely want to get your guys' comments, your ideas on what you think. That's 800 videos. Oh, dude, I got more than that. I got 915 videos. Yeah, you need to watch them all. I'm just kidding. But definitely take a class that we are prepared, and you can kind of show her what you can do, show her how safe you're going to be. That is a very big thing. And that's one way to ease her mind. I have a video on it. There's 5 tips on how to do it, but I basically just went over it. So if that is something that you want to do, guys, we're at 268. Let's see if we can hit 270 before the stream ends. Just bought a 2002 750 Honda Shadow Ace. Excuse me. With 2,700 miles for $2K. Dang, that's nice. My woman wants to ride with me and is waiting for me to get back into riding and be comfortable before she rides with me. Yes, make sure you're comfortable. Do not rush to ride with her. Just because she's super excited, don't just be like, okay, let's go hop on and ride. Get yourself into a position where you are absolutely comfortable with you yourself. And then, on top of it, get double to triple the training so that you're comfortable with the rider. Because it does change up. It does change up kind of who and, or not who, but how you ride. You're going to have a slower response time to braking, and then a longer stopping distance. You're going to have a slower takeoff. Your throttle response is going to change. Your clutch isn't really going to change too much. I mean, it's just the same thing. But your throttle response is going to change. Your braking is going to change. Your lean angle is going to change. How quick and how slow you can take a turn is going to change. Then you got to learn how to do the pre-ride check with her, the pre-ride instructions. Then you got to make sure she gets off the bike appropriately. You kind of have to figure out your parking, how you're going to do things. You can't just hop off the bike and park it. Definitely don't try to back it up with her on the bike because it's going to change everything. It's really difficult. So once again, like, have her get off the bike and then park it. But yeah, definitely stuff like that. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate the patronage, and I thank you for the question. But yeah, definitely take the time, man. Take the time. I just got a 2002 Honda Shadow Ace 750. Love the bike. Yeah, my brother-in-law got a Honda Shadow. It's a badass bike, and they're relatively inexpensive, and they're good bikes. That's why having a Harley, it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually selling my Harley, guys. Just letting you know, I'm selling my Harley. I'm selling it for $5K to my 5K firm to my subscribers and anybody who watches my videos, and then I'm gonna try to sell it for $7K on Craigslist, and I'll do OBO. You know what I mean? New rider and love this video. Super helpful. Grap26 from Colorado. Yeah, boy. Glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. We have a lot of good videos on this channel, and I try to just help out as much as I can. I am an MSF rider coach here for riders on MTC out here in Arizona, so it'd be cool to have some of you guys come on down and do it. You can join the Discord. The Discord's absolutely free. That's another giant chat room. I'll be taking, once I get off of here, I'm going to hang out with the fam bam. And from there, tomorrow I'll be editing all day, and then you'll see a new video tomorrow. Tomorrow's video, it is cars versus motorcycles. Not in the terms of crashing and stuff. I did a why motorcycles are better than cars video, so I felt like it was kind of inappropriate not to give the other side. So I put 5 reasons not to buy a motorcycle, motorcycles versus cars. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons not to buy a motorcycle. And that's going to be out tomorrow at 1 p.m. my time, Arizona time. So definitely check that out. And then Friday's video is going to be a motorcycle myths video. I got an insurance video coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm working really hard on it. I'm spending a little extra time on it. I'm getting a lot more of the research done. And then I'm working with somebody here, but we're going to we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I want to answer your questions about insurance. So if you guys have any insurance questions when it comes to motorcycles, I would love to hear them. Every day do you live in the same time? Now it's just Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because it allows me to talk specifically about a topic and really talk about it. Because, I mean, would you rather have a diluted 5-day a week? I mean, I have a ton of topics, but I don't know, guys. 5 days a week, it starts getting to it's not sustainable. So I figured Tuesdays and Thursdays to fill in the blanks between my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. And so yeah, live stream at 5 p.m. my time. I started a little bit early so I can spend a little bit more time with my family today. But yeah, so Brian Price gives a lot of good information. Dan is the man for motorcycle information. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I try really hard. I spent a lot of time researching. I went out and became an MSF rider coach so I can help out. And if you guys would like to support, there's super chats right here, or become a patron. Patreon is very important to me. It allows me to budget a lot of stuff. And once we hit 500 patrons, I'm going to be traveling the country. Okay? I'm going to be traveling the country and teaching you guys some stuffs. You love the last few videos? I'm working hard on the editing. I'm working hard on the topics, man. I'm really working hard. Taking it to the new level. You know what I mean? I have combined insurance, car, and motorcycle. If I complete MSF course, will the insurance still go down? Yes, Ginger. It'll still go down. Make sure you call your insurance agent or your insurance company and say, hey, I got the MSF. They might ask for like a photocopy of it or something, but it'll go down. It'll go down a little bit. How much insurance should you get for yourself or uninsured motorists? So at minimum, Timothy, in your state, the minimum is liability. At minimum is liability. And I talk about this in the insurance video, but I'm going to tell you right now before I head off, this is the last question I'm going to answer because I got to get going. So make sure, you guys, if you want to swing by patreon.com/DanDanTheFireman, it'll help out. So your state will require at minimum liability. Depends on the state too. States change. Different states have different liability requirements. And there's even some states, there's like 2 or 3 states that don't even require motorcycle insurance. They just require financial responsibility. So you have to give like the DMV 40 grand. Like you literally have to give them 40 grand and say, hey, I don't have insurance, but here's 40 grand just in case something happens. So you're going to have to get at minimum liability, but there's also benefits to getting full coverage, collision, a bunch of other things. And I talk about that in the video coming up. And that will help you in aspects of if your bike gets stolen, if you collide with a light pole or something, or a car collides in you, or you collide into a car, Comprehensive is it'll pay off your full debt, pay off all these things. And if you have a financed bike, you're gonna have to have they're probably gonna require you to have full coverage, because at the end of the day, it's their money on the line. And honestly, full coverage isn't that much more expensive than liability for motorcycles. It can be a huge difference when it comes to cars, but I mean, my full coverage, yeah, it's definitely the way to go. It's a huge investment, and with the crash statistics of motorcycles, it'd be kind of dumb not to have full coverage, because if you do crash and let's say that's your only mode of transportation, you only have liability, you're out of a mode of transportation. And full coverage, and depending on the options you get, will cover your helmet replacement, it'll cover all the gear that you had on if they got damaged, and then on top of that, it'll probably cover all most of the aftermarket parts. I think there might be a limit to some insurance companies, like $2,000 in aftermarket parts. It all depends. So it's very important to kind of look through all your stuff. That's why I'm doing a lot of research. The only reason why I know this right now, I didn't know this like 2 weeks ago. Like, I just kind of knew I needed to get full coverage. Boom, 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 done. So I know all these things because of all the stuff I'm looking up, reading, so then I can make a 10-minute video for you guys that hopefully makes me $20. You know what I mean? So I spend like 10 hours researching a video before I even make it, and then I have to spend an hour to make it, then I got to spend 4 hours to edit, and the thumbnail and all the SEO, all that stuff. So all these things really play into part. That's why we have Patreon, because that makes it all possible. All right, guys, I gotta get going. Hey, Ronald from Discord, spent the day watching your girlfriend learn to ride and got an awesome prep for my new bike. Awesome, Logan. Awesome. But I gotta get going, guys. I just want to say thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. We will be doing another show Thursday, and we're going to talk about how to start a YouTube channel and how to make it successful. Okay. But tomorrow we're going to have a video, and Friday we're going to have a video, and I'll see you guys on the Discord. The Discord's absolutely free. Make sure you guys join up. Join on up on the Discord. I'd love to hang out with you guys. All right?